Once again, welcome to VitalGH Radio Sunday night talk show. Let me try to set this things up. I'll be back with you. Yep, we're here. I see you, Florence. Okay, let's go back to all right.
Vital Printing and Designing. Institutions, individuals, and companies come to Vital Printing and Designing for the best and crystal clear services in printing. Only from Vital Printing and Designing. Vital Printing offers quality printing services in car branding, t-shirt printing, printing of wedding and invitation cards, printing on cups and mugs, printing on paper bags and posters, and also offers embroidery services, printing of banners of all kinds, among other print-related vital services. Delivery services are available. Contact Vital Printing and Designing on 30-225-75152 or 30-225-75153. Vital Printing and Designing, your first printing option.
Chidi fit to do me like wobbe. Yeah, same taste, a pinching lime and more. Yeah, Chidi make a craze with a body shape.
Don't get bored alone when there are existing channels that can keep you company anywhere, anytime. VitalGH Media is a mother company of all VitalGH channels. We have multiple platforms for free television. You can watch video on demand, rent or buy, or probably subscribe easily for more updates. Visit our channels on Vimeo, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon Roku TV, and many more, anywhere, everywhere, any day, anytime on your mobile phone, TV channels, Apple Store and Play Store. Don't be left out with existing movies and programs on our various channels. You can visit us on www.vitalghradio1.com.
Hi guys, so keep on watching VitalGH TV. Thank you, love you guys.
My name is Mimi. Keep watching VitalGH. Yeah!
Hey everybody, this is your guy Kadel. You have no other station to watch than VitalGH. Ghana. Boom.
Hi, it's Ohima here. Keep watching VitalGH. Bye.
Hi everybody, it's Stephanie, Mr. Sharika. Keep watching VitalGH TV.
VitalGH Radio has a wealth of experience executing the full spectrum of public relations tactics, advertisement, radio broadcasting, interviews, voiceover, jingles, commercials, and many more. You can contact us on our US lines on 3022 575152 or on our Ghana lines on 0546 494 885, or you can visit us on our website on www.vitalghradio1.com.
If you want this, if you want that, it's all over Vital Radio. If you want that, and if you want this, it's all over Vital Radio. Yeah. Vital Radio, Vital Radio, Vital Radio, yeah. Vital Radio, Vital Radio, yeah, Vital Radio, Vital Radio, Vital Radio.
Hello. Welcome once again to our Sunday night talk show. Today we have two special guests. They were here last week and they are here again to continue with their program. Hey, you look good today. Oh. Everybody is looking good. I think I'm getting old, but I'm so young, you know. Yeah. So welcome again to our show. We are going to start telling us what we are going to learn today. You know that there are people who will be coming soon. They don't usually come because I have sometimes I'll talk about 15 minutes before everybody will show up. But since you are here, I'm going to give the floor to Florence to start. And then what we'll do is when they come back and they have some questions, and then we'll do that. Florence, who's like we say in Ghana, over to you, Joe Latte. Do you remember that? I'm asking you, do you remember that? Or you don't? There was this guy in Ghana who was a radio commentator. All the time he says, over to you, Joe Latte.
Over to you, Joe Latte. It's a common thing that is used.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
It's over to you now.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much for having us here on this Radio G, Vital G Radio. Thank you so much for having us. It's good to see you back again. Before we start, can you just? I barely can hear you. So if you can put the mic closer to you, so I'll be able to hear you. That would be great. That would be awesome. Yes, everyone. Good evening and welcome to our.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Well, okay. Let me see. I think. How about now?
Yes, this is better.
Okay, because I think I lowered the volume over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you come closer to the mic a little bit, then I'll hear you. Ruth, what about yourself? Can you hear very well, or is it just me?
I think so.
All right. Well, let's get started. As we were here last week, that was about 2 weeks ago, we talked about the importance of life insurance, why life insurance. And this is a very, very important topic, especially for our community, because so many of us do not know how to utilize these important tools in our daily lives. And so in continuation, we want to discuss about the different types of life insurance, because the part of the reason we are not embracing this system, it's because so many of us don't understand. And I meet so many people in our community, in our African community, that says, I signed off. What did you sign up for? They have no idea. So I hope that after today, you start to have clarity as to what is it that you are signing in for. So when it comes to life insurance, there are two parts. First and foremost, you want to know that there is a temporary protection and then there is a permanent protection. So you have to be able to figure out, what do you need in your home? Now, the last time I was on, we were here, we talked a little bit about the temporary protection. So everyone have to understand, when you are going to sign up for temporary protection, you have to have a clarity as to what you need it for, how long you need it for, and what is going to be the benefit for you. Because just as the name, term life, it means temporarily. So that temporarily, the term of the contract, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, it could be 30 years as a maximum. If you got it in an early age. Let no one fool you that you have 10 or 20 years term, and some cases I see some policies that I'm reviewing, I see where they're telling them policy doesn't expire until you are age 90 or 95, and most people usually settle for that. But that is not the case, because at some point inside that contract, you will see that every 5 years the premium goes up. So the first question you need to wrestle with is, what do I need? Do I just need a policy for just 5 years, for 2 years, for 3 years, until I finish college, or until I get a permanent job? Just some kind of protection. So temporary life insurance is designed for temporarily use age. So you want to know how long you're going to use it. But if you are looking for something permanently to protect you and protect your family, then you are looking for permanent policies. Now, inside the permanent policies, there is a lot. There is different kinds. This is where you sit down with an agent, you sit down with a financial planner to walk you through which one will be best for you and for your family. So we always tell people to make it easier for we, the professionals, the financial planners, educators. You want to decide, what do you need? Do you want temporary protection, or do you want permanent protection? That way, when we come into your home, we have already narrowed down to what you need. So inside the permanent life, here goes, you have whole life, you have universal life, you have variable life, you have GIUL, what we call global index universal life, you have final expense. For businesses, for those of you that own businesses, you don't even realize the goodies that is out there for you when it comes to life insurance, when it comes to protection. For people that owns a business, we have a permanent life that you can use for your own benefit. You have a buy-sell agreement, you have executive bonus, you have key employee life. So that is why, if you own a business, sit down with a planner so that you can take advantage of the system that the Lord has created it for you to enable you, to help you to enhance and build your business. But so many of us, because we don't make our time to sit down with financial planners, we are losing. We lose knowledge and we lose information, and so therefore we lose opportunity. I hope this program is going to help each and every one of us to start coming down to the table, to start discussing, to start yawing, to start seeking for knowledge. Knowledge is power. All right, applying knowledge is power. So, so today we're going to dwell with the temporary and the permanent. So the last time we went into, temporary policies. So I want to go into a little bit of the in depth of the permanent policies now. I mentioned quite a bit, right? We're going to try to break it down for you today. So whole life, on the other hand, what is whole life? How does it work? How will it work for your family? When you're getting into whole life, it is permanent protection. Why? Because whole life expires at the age 100. So even though it's in the permanent group, it is not really that permanent. If life expectancy takes you over age 100, because it will endow at the age 100. So the reason people don't look into that much is because they life expectancy these days, by age 85, 90s, people are usually gone. But if you go into the Midwestern states, where you still find some people living up to age 110, 115, 116, and where so many people have outlived their policies, people have concerns. They don't want to deal with whole life. But it's good to know, once you have knowledge, you'll be able to know, you know what? There's longevity that runs in our family. Or if as a child of God, nobody knows the time, nobody knows the hours, and you want to get into something that doesn't have any term limit to it, because we don't know how long our time on this earth is going to be. Okay, so that is why after whole life, there is what they call universal life. There's also something that affects whole life. Even though it endows at the age 100, most senior citizens end up losing their policies because in their 80s, 90s, Alzheimer's, forgetfulness, all kinds of things can hit, sicknesses, diseases, and all of that. And they are not able to make payments, and they are not able to keep up with it. And 31 days, there is a 31 days grace period, policy will lapse, and the family, the children have no idea. So this type of problems keep most people also unease, right? So then universal life came in. Universal life is designed. What is universal? It means flexibility. It's designed so that you can structure the term limit that you're going to pay premium. So by the time the age of Alzheimer's and forgetfulness starts to come, you have enough into that policy to be able to carry you up until age 100. So a universal life, it's a different kind of whole life, but they work basically the same thing. It's just that some of the universal life, you do what they call front load. You front load it so that you can stop maybe age 85, age 80, or age 90. So you buy 10 years, 15 years into that policy. But then people want money. They also want to have some savings, because when you are paying for your policies, the industries, it's making a business. They're trading with that premium that you're paying. So people start to ask, how come we can't even get a share of that growth? Just like when you make a deposit into the bank, CDs and all of that, of course, the bank is also trading with it. But in the case of life insurance, a new, another version of policy came up called variable life. So variable life is strictly in the market. Based on how the market performs, your cash value can be allocated into your policy. based on how the market perform. The danger to that is that you've seen how the market goes up and down, up and down. In the 70s, in the 80s, this was very good. It grew a lot of cash value. It grew a lot of money for a lot of the policy holders. But since in the in the 90s or especially 2000, when the stock market went haywire, people start to realize that their policies, they have $1 million policies, but the policies worth nothing because of the market. So there you are. It's, God forbid, if anything were to happen today, your policy will be based on, policy value will be based on what the market was at that point. Just like your qualified plans, IRAs, 401ks, same thing. All right. So that is that kind of policy. So people started going away with it. Today, only very few companies still offers that, and most clients that owns this policy, most of them are 1035, they're changing it into a more stable policy. So this is where the GIUL came about. The guarantee UL, you have guarantee UL, you have GIUL on the other hand. So guarantee UL say, hey, you're going to have flexibility, and we're going to guarantee that once you earn that policy value, once you earn that extra cash, it's all yours, right? And so you have that more stable permanent policy that comes in now to replace all these other policy, all the other problems, all the other do's and don'ts. This other policy called Global Index Universal Life comes in. You get to keep the cash value. You get to keep the policy if the policy is structured in that format. But the good thing is that it has floor. So rather than people losing money in the market, now your cash value does not participate in the negative market. When market do well, your cash value grows. When market doesn't do well, you stay where you are. You have guarantee. It locks in for you. So it uses what we call compounding interest. And so a good example of compounding interest is when you take a glass of water and you take a basket. Because when I say compounding interest, maybe some people is not going to understand what I mean. Just to give you a demonstration, have a jar of water, have a basket. Start adding water to both of them. The basket, because it has a leak, it has a hole, it's never going to be filled up. That is the other kind of policies that goes up and down, that has variable that uses option B to accumulate cash value. But Global Index Universal Life has guaranteed that you do not participate in that up and down. So it's like a jar. You add water today, a glass of water. Tomorrow, you add another one. You add another one. You add another one. You add another one. Because it doesn't have any holes, eventually that jar is going to be filled up and possibly overflowed and all of that. That is IUL. And this is why we say that it's the #1 selling product in the nation, because everything else that other policies doesn't give you, it has that. It gives you life insurance protection for you and for your family. It gives you growth potential in form of cash value, in form of equity, that you can take that growth, take that cash value, use it for your retirement, supplementary retirement income, use it to send your kids through college, use it to build up your business, use it to do whatever you want to do with it. And on top of that, now they have added long-term care, they have added living benefit to it, they have added final expense. It's loaded. It has all the riders if you qualify. Meaning that if you are walking down the stairs and you fall, you break your leg, and you just closed your brand new home. You just drove off a brand new, a Land Cruiser from the all these other cars now. Range Rover, I guess, is the new one now. That's raining for most people. You just drove that car out of the driveway. What do when you find yourself not able to walk and pay your bills? We are not living in that world in those days where you do not have a system that can help you, that can protect you against, in case if you ever get sick, you are not able to work. If you have the right kind of policies, you will be able to pay your bills. They give you 2% of whatever you have, or if it is long-term care, they will come in and see how long you're going to stay in that condition, and they will provide you the means to continue to pay your mortgage, live your life freely, and that way you'll be able to relax and don't have any financial stress that's going to make your illness to prolong. You need to. All these things, all these issues, inside policies, you will have them. This is why our community needs to wake up, needs to start realizing that insurance is a tool that everyone needs in their home. What kind of insurance? What type? It's up to you and your family. You alone have to make that decision. But for one thing, you need to have a sound education before you are arriving at what time, so that you don't leave money on the table, so that you do not pick the wrong kind of protection, and then at the end you lose, your family lose, the industry wins. You need a policy that is a win-win situation for you and for your next generation. Yes, our people always think that insurance is for the dead. That's not true. That's not so. Yes, our great-great-grandfathers, parents, they had policy only when you die, and that's it, the beneficiary wins. But the policies now, when I mean now, I don't mean yesterday, I don't mean today. I mean for the last 200 years, I should say. Policies is for the living. It's for you on earth here, for you to be able to build your savings, for you to be able to build enough money to send your kids through school, for you to be able to protect yourself. And also, if anything were to happen, for your family not to stress out how and be making the phone calls of the funeral home, of this, of that. You have policies that as soon as anything happens, it's just a matter of your family making phone calls, and that's it. Phone calls, and then the day the person is going to be laid to rest, where is the place? Where is the location? That's all your family have to do. So it's about time that we, the African descent in diaspora especially, stop living life from our parents or whatever in this diaspora, in this, especially in the United States of America. There is a system to help us through. There is a system in place. We need to plug into that system. We need to allow the system to work for us rather than us working for the system. Thank you for having me here. And I hope that this information finds all of you well. If you have any questions, go ahead.
If anybody has any questions, Ami Canada, Kelly, Nanea, I see you. And those people, I mean, in Ghana, for them, they don't buy insurance, so we just they're not going to worry about them. We're worried about people in America and Canada. So,
yes.
For them, Ghana, when you buy the insurance, they want you to buy young, so soon, so they can come and collect the money. If anybody has any questions now, the floor is open. I think Kelly is ready. Kelly, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm good today. I picked a lot of information from what you said. Yes.
Oh, okay. Mami Canada.
Yeah, I just joined, but my question is, I want to know. I'm still debating the life, the term one and the permanent one. You know, that is where I find it a little bit of I don't know. I just don't know. I guess I need you know.
I'm just getting any to those of you who are not say we can't hear you from the radio. Listen, turn your radio off and turn it back on again and see if you can, because I think just turn it on, turn it off, and turn it back on again and see. For me, I think. For me,
yes. Can I answer the? I'm sorry, I didn't get the name.
Oh, Mami Canada. Just say Mami Canada. I'm okay.
Okay, Mami Canada. Thank you. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Yes. So just think of term life as something that is a term within your term of contract. So if you say you want term life, then they have 10 years term. So meaning whatever age you are right now, you sign the contract this year to today. 10 years from today, if you're paying $200, if you're paying $300, whatever that amount is, even if you have $1 million, it doesn't really matter. So take a look at your premium that you're paying and times 12, right? Okay. Times 10. That is how much you're going to pay for that contract. So the question you want to ask yourself, okay, I paid this $20,000 period of 10 years. I paid this $30,000 period of 10 years. What am I getting from it?
Yeah.
Okay. Until you are able to answer yourself that question, once you are able to clear that, then you won't wrestle with it anymore. You'll be able to have the clarity. So what you're going to get from it is, at the end of 10 years, it happened to my mother. That is how I was almost like tuned off away from life insurance because of that experience. So at the end of 10 years, do you know if death is going to occur within that period of 10 years or not?
You don't know.
Nobody knows that, right? So at the end of 10 years, guess what? The company wins, you lose if death didn't occur. But if death occur, your family wins, they lose. Insurance is a risk, right? You are transferring the risk of dying to a company, to the insurance industries. So their prayer is that, when you're getting into term life, their prayer is that you don't die, that you live forever. And that's what we want to do. We want to live forever, right? So that they can win. Okay? So if you get 30-year term, the same thing. Same thing. But one thing also you need to know about that, there's also what they call 2 years contestability period. Term life has it, whole life, some of the permanent life also has it, except for the few permanent life that don't have it. So you're getting into insurance, just pray that nothing happens within the first 2 years. It can be contested and they will not redeem, they will not pay. So basically, term life, just add, if you have 10 years contract, just picture that you have 80 years contract, because the first 2 years, anything were to go wrong, they are not going to pay. It's not redeemable. So that's what you need to know about term life. On the other hand, sorry about this. Sorry. On the other hand, the permanent life, that one doesn't have if it's a whole life or universal life, you have till age 100. So the contract is till age 100. Okay? And with whole life, there's also advantage and disadvantages. When you are paying for whole life is also a pure risk. Whole life is also a pure life insurance. What do I mean by that? Meaning, yes, you might have dividends accumulate, right? But it's not yours. Just so you know, a lot of people get mixed up with this. The cash value in whole life is not yours. You can borrow it, but you have to pay back with a hefty interest.
If you borrow?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Depending on the company. Okay? You have to pay back with an interest. If you don't pay back, that interest can eat up the whole entire policy when death occurs. They're going to take the money you borrow and take the interest. Any leftovers is what they give to the beneficiaries. Just so you know that. And it expires at the age 100. Universal life at the age 100. Now, that is why one of the best kind of policy that ever designed to really give you both words, meaning you have protection and you have the cash value, and you get to keep it all, keep both, is in what we call IUL. IUL. Okay? So if you're looking for temporary policy, you get into term life, but you want to understand how we work completely before you get in, so that at the end of the contract, you lose your money. You don't. It doesn't hurt you because you already knew before you got in. Okay. Then, if you're looking into permanent life, you need to know that the permanent life, there's a whole lot. There's a different kind as well, and you need to know how which one works best. And you need to first of all find out, what do I need in my home? Then you know the right kind of life insurance to get. If you own a business, sit down with a financial planner. Let's sit down with you, because they have permanent policy for business owners as well that you can take advantage of. All right, that can help you to also not only to protect yourself, your families, also build up cash value that you can also use for your business as well. I hope that clarifies that for you. I hope you didn't have to wrestle again between term life and permanent life. All right.
Yeah, now it's a little bit better. But the reason that I've been asking these questions, a friend of mine who, when she decided to long couple of years ago, I think her husband rather, not herself. So the husband said, "Oh, by age 65, he was going to be gone back home in Ghana." So he wanted to buy only for that the term one, right? But unfortunately, whether he's ready to go or not, he's still here, and he's 65, and the policy says he can change it to permanent one, and now he's like, and things are not okay. And to make matters worse, the health conditions are also, the high blood pressures are coming in, these so many things. So that is why I've been asking these questions, just to, learn more about what is the best time if you are planning to do the permanent one. When do you switch? Because he thought by 65 years he was going to go back home in Ghana, but he's still here. I don't think he's going to go back. So that is why I've been asking these questions, because now the policy won't allow him to do whatever. And also because of the health issues, he's unable to, and he can't even pay the premium, even if they switch is so high. So that is the debate that I've been having with my friend and the husband, and still going on, ongoing. That is why I've been asking these questions,
All
and I
right.
want to know
Thank,
where.
yes, thank you so much, Mama Canada. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad you brought out this key point. This is why we are doing this radio talk today. This is why we need to reach out to our community. This is why we need to start changing lives, because so many of our African communities, this is how they have been incarcerated. Because I have my sister-in-law had 3 policies. They were all term, been in this country for nearly about 50 years, and now she's left with nothing. Age is no longer there. She's doesn't make that much money. She's not a millionaire to be able to afford any policy now. And health starting to there's a heart problem, kidney problem, this, that. So the best time to get into a policy, into insurance, is when you are young. So that is why temporary life was designed to insure a child up until through high school, through maybe possibly college. As long as once you are 18, 19, 20, that young age when insurability is all-time high, you have your health, and the premium, it's almost like less than $5 a day, less than a cup of coffee. Most young people spend $15 at a Starbucks to buy Starbucks coffee, and yet they don't think that paying $5 a day for insurance is worth it. So this is what baffles me in our community, that really compel me to start doing the education that I'm doing today. That if we don't change, if we don't reverse this course, we will continue to be where we are. Remember the last talk we had? It's not how hard we work. You got to work smart, because you can work 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 jobs. If it's leaking, if there's a hole in the basket can never be filled. So you ask me, the temporary life was designed for younger family, for younger people. It wasn't designed for us to say, we're going to go to Ghana when I'm 65. Do you know what future holds? You don't know that. And who is to say that you go to Ghana and then you already have policies in place and you already have money in place? Why you are in Ghana, anywhere in the world, money is your money. Didn't you contribute into 401ks and all of that? Did you say because you are going to Ghana in age 65 that you are not going to contribute? When you buy the right kind of life insurance, at age 65, you already build up equity. You don't even have to pay premium anymore. You paid yourself all these years you were working. Now you are no longer working, you are retired. That money that you paid yourself will now come back to start paying you. Isn't that a better way to have peace of mind, a good retirement? You can take money from that life insurance proceed and you can go home and build nice retirement home for yourself and all of that. So it's just a mindset. We need to change this concept. It doesn't matter where you are going to retire from. It's where you are living now that you have to build your wealth. So whenever you are ready to retire, the wealth follows you anywhere. It's only we, the African descents, that says we're not going to build wealth in America because when we're going to go to Africa to retire. So when you go to Africa and you are 65, no more energy, nothing to, you've lost time to grow anything. It doesn't matter whether you're in Africa or whatever. You can't tell me that the energy you have to farm when you were in your 20s, that at age 65 is the same energy that you have. So when you go back to Ghana, to Cameroon, to Nigeria, all over Africa, and you have no age has already come. What time do you have to build wealth, to start building wealth over there? So This is why we need to plant our trees here where we are making money, where we are earning. So the fruits continue for the rest of our lives. It doesn't matter where we live. Money doesn't know country, or it doesn't know color, it doesn't know place. Money is money. You got to have it, you got to build it. And the time to build that is at the prime age, when we are young. So do life insurance. All right. So unfortunately, that brother, there's nothing he can do. If he doesn't have the health, the insurance industry also, they're in the business to make money. They're not going to see someone that's that's going to die tomorrow, and they're going to give them $1 million policy. They will go out of business, right? So that's why they have to, there's a risk. They have to make sure that the person that they're insuring, they're taking the risk from, that person is going to at least live for a little while, pay premium for a little while, and they're going to take that premium. They're going to do business, trade with that premium, and so that they'll be able to recover something. When something happens, they're going to pay $1 million, and then at least maybe they have already recovered maybe 700, 800,000. Let it be that it's only 200 they're going to lose, and then they might recover that 200 from another policies and all of that. So, but we have final expense for somebody like him. There is final expense. There's no time to grow money anymore. So we can give him what we call FE, final expense life. It's also a whole life. It's a permanent life. But then he just pay for that just for. It's not going to grow any cash value or anything, but just to cover for the cost of funeral if anything happens, when anything happens. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let's say somebody is 65 years old and the person don't have any life insurance or anything. Let's say, what policy can you say this person can buy?
When it comes buying for food, these charts show that being one of a group can have its advantages.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there's somebody that did not mute themselves or something. Do we have to?
Let me ask you the question again.
I heard the first part. Somebody is 65. They don't have any life insurance.
Yes. So what?
Somebody has their TV on.
Can you mute your voice?
3 inches long.
We can hear TV and everything in the background.
Between basking in the sun, plenty of insects to eat. Life here is pretty sweet.
All right, I'm gonna unmute everybody for now.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm gonna unmute everybody, and then so don't go. We just stay, and then still. All right, let me see. I don't think it's mine. Let me see if I have my phone somewhere. My phone is now. Okay. Let me ask the question again. Let's say somebody is 65. The person don't have any life insurance or any 401k and stuff like that. So what can the person do? Can he buy life insurance, term life insurance, or what? What can he do?
Yeah. Well, yes, you can buy life insurance as long as health is still there. I have some 65. I have some 60, 62, 63. They actually buying life insurance, you see, there's so many reasons why we are buying life insurance. If the wealthiest, the most super wealthiest, they buy life insurance until they can no longer be qualified. Why? Because they want to use that for estate planning purposes. Because don't forget that here in the US, and I believe in Canada as well, life insurance is the single most biggest tax exempt that you can get. It's the only place you can have tax exempt both for your beneficiary and both for yourself. So people buy life insurance for that purposes also. So it doesn't matter what age, 80 years old, they have money, they can still buy $1 million policy. So it all depends on what you want to do.
So let's go back to this. Let's say you are 65 enough. Is it good to buy a term life insurance or what do you got? Term life insurance and what do you want?
Wait a minute.
The one that you were just explaining to us.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, I have some friends who just text me about this. And because of the reason, because of his, I know him very well. I'm not going to put his name on so that, that's why I'm asking you.
Yes. Thank you for that question. That brings out another aspect of term life. There's a whole set. Now, with the term life, it has age limit. So people think that term life, temporary life policies, it's cost effective, right? It's only cost effective when you are young. At age 60, 65, if you were to buy term life, you'll be paying almost 10 times the amount of premium you will pay versus that of the whole life or IUL. So the premium is very, very high. And they're probably going to give you, that is where you will see 5-year term, 10-year term maximum for someone that is age 65. So at that point, I would say that when you compare the price you're going to be paying for that, and you don't know if 5 years, for instance, I'm going to give my mother as an example. I was trying to get her a policy at age 70, and I can only find only 5 years temporary policy, only 5 years. So, and then I were to pay $650 every month. And if I had not been exposed to the knowledge, I probably would have signed, and I didn't even realize it was only for 5 years. So when the policy came, I thought that I have 30-year policy. I said, okay, she's 70, 30 years is going to get her to age 100. So I don't mind, I will pay for it. And then when the policy came, the contract expires in 5 years. So I had to quickly send the whole thing back. I said, are you out of your mind? Why would I have to pay $650 a month for 5 years? Do I know if that is going to occur within 5 years? And had I then people, they were like, oh, you don't know. She's 70, you don't know. Today, my mother is 78 years old, and 5 years has long gone by, and I would have lost all that money, all that premium. So again, it depends on what you and your family want. Do you know if you're 65, you want to buy term life for another 5 or maybe another 10 years? Do you have that guarantee that yes, by age 70, I'm going to be out of this planet?
That's a good one. That's a good question, that we're going to be out of this world at age 70. Well, so let's see what is the good option for somebody who is old.
For someone who is age 65, we usually, my opinion, we usually tell them to get into a good guaranteed UL or whole life or universal life or an IUL if health is still on their side and if they can afford it. It has to be affordable. And it has to be there has to be a need. It's not what you want. Do you need it? What do you need in your home, in your family? And you have to look at the circumstances, meaning what are your assets? What is the assets of the 65 years old? What are they trying to protect? What is your goal? So we look at all of that. What is your liability? Okay.
So
he says he's going to give you a call and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
No problem, sir.
He says he has to talk to you because he wants.
Yes.
We still have so many questions, so I think it's better to talk to you somewhere along the line.
Yeah, people want to talk to you.
Everyone, you have our phone numbers here. Myself and my colleague, Ruth, we're here to answer questions for you. And we'll do our best to give you the best service. We're here to crack the ceiling for our community.
Okay.
We need to take charge. We need to stop losing money.
For me, like beginning, I wasn't interested in. I mean, when I was maybe about 20 years ago, I wasn't interested in life insurance. And what made me get that life insurance was my wife. A company just signed her and me together with that policy. Okay, so I had insurance through her job. And all of a sudden, they told me that my policy was 50,000. That's how much. If I die today, that's how much you're going to pay me. And then I decided that there's another option. I have to buy my own. To buy something else. And that's why I was able to buy something. So right now I have about 3 of them, 3 policies. So if I die, nobody should come to my funeral. Only you'll come to my funeral. Okay, everybody can send me their money now. I'm just getting $100. So Ruth, I'm waiting for yours. Just send me. So when I don't come to my funeral. Simple. Okay.
The insurance people are not telling us everything. See, the question that I asked my friend, I asked her in regards to her husband, because I don't know whether the husband also was paying attention that he was getting to that age and he didn't do anything. I was hoping that the insurance should have called him or at least something and say, hey, you are about to turn 65. From here, what else? They didn't say anything. There was no written communication, nothing. So all of a sudden, when he turned 65, they just say, hey, you are 65. And that was it. So that is why, something went out. And now I'm thinking, oh, okay, these people are working for themselves. They are not working for you as you are paying the money. But I mean, I think they should have done something like that. I may be wrong. I don't have the answers, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes, I'm going to take that up. But can I please answer to our brother? There's a comment that he just made, and I think he brought out something that everyone on this call should also know. Another thing that really sweet our community, it's also the policy that we have at our job, the group policy. I'm glad he brought that point out today. So many young people, when you try to talk to them, oh, I have $1 million at my job. I have this. Please, please, please do yourself a favor. Whatever you have at your job is additional. Just look around. Nobody dies on the job. And what you have on the job, once you leave that work, that's it. When you walk out of the door, it ends. Okay? And if you want to roll it over to yours, right? The Cobra, they'll give you 31 days to convert it to your policy. But at the new age where you are, let's assume you are working out of that job at the age of 50, at the age of 65, at the age of 40. You started when you were in your 20s. In your 20s, getting $1 million policy, you probably will be paying like 200 and something. Now in your 50s, you cannot get the $1 million. You can't even get 200,000 policy for $200 at that time because age has crept up on you. So let no one be fooled. The policy you have at your job, don't take extra. Keep the basic that they offer for you for free and just have it as in addition to your home, just in case, if anything, because the only time that policy will be paid is that if you die when you are still on the payroll. Take a look at most people that died of cancer, that died of all kinds of diseases. They are not 90 days, you are no longer in the payroll. The minute the short-term disability ends, they push you to long-term disability. You are now on the state payroll, not on your job payroll. And for that, that group policy is not going to be paid if anything happened. So that's that. Now, coming to Mama Canada issue, you said the insurance company. What you have to understand, unless you have a professional in your home, when you have an agent, that agent is working for you. It's interceding, it's in between you and the company. Unless you have one established in your home that you are working with, that you're talking to, that you call on a day-to-day for anything that regards finances in your home. Most agents that wrote that policy, they are no longer with that company. So how are they going to contact their client? So when you talk about poor and a bad customer services, yes, it exists so much in the insurance industry. Why? Because majority of them come and go. Most of them don't last till 6 months or 3 months. They're gone. All right. So that is why it is your responsibility to develop an agent in your home, a financial professionals in your home that you talk to, communicate with. You give them your policy to take a look at it, to help you to understand it, to analyze it for you and all of that. Until you do that, you're not going to rely on those folks out there. Yes, I'm an agent, but we do business differently. Captive agent, completely different from independent agent. We are an independent agent. We are client advocates. We are looking for client. We are helping client. Okay?
Okay.
But captive agent is for the company. They don't care about no clients. All right?
All right.
Thank you very much for today's program. Ruth, I'm waiting for my 100. We didn't hear from you today. Okay. I think next week, the following 2 weeks, we gather all our information. And anybody has any questions, you can send it to us through our chat room on our website. You can go to our website, which is www.vitalghradio1.com, or YouTube, Vimeo, Twitch, Instagram, Twitch, whatever that you want to. Just go there and send us a message. We'll send it to them. Or their phone number is at the bottom, if you can see it. Ruth is 907 201-567. In Florence, it's 902-294-4110. She's just across the river from us. So if you want to walk to New Jersey, she will welcome you. But for you have a long walk to do. You have to walk a long way to go to Alaska. So we thank you all for today's program. We see you in the following 2 weeks. And you prepare yourself. We are going to ask more questions. And we're also going to have those people that said they were going to call you, they are going to send you. There are too many questions. Our own people. None of them don't have. Please, don't say that it's because we weren't brought up with this kind of insurance stuff. We didn't know. Unless somebody tells us that you have to buy insurance when you're young. People, look, I'm 21. Why should I buy insurance? I have to go to McDonald's and buy me a big milkshake and big Whopper. Why should I give it to the insurance company? I'm healthy. I'm a big guy. I don't need the insurance. And then when you get to 40, 50, and then you start to think about those things. Okay. So we thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you, sir.
Next 2 weeks, we hope to see you again. Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Is it cold or is it hot?
Oh, it's cold today.
Sir.
Is it cold?
Yes, it's cold.
I want to ask you this question. What makes you go to Alaska? We'll talk about it later, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
He's an explorer.
Explorer, yes. By the time, if something happens and we are going to Ghana, we will leave you behind.
Oh, no, I'm coming.
In fact,
get to the airport.
You inspire me, actually. You really inspire me. I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Good warrior.
Yeah, you trust we the Africans. We are represented everywhere. Anywhere. So
I was looking at something.
You can be. I was in China, and then it was the whole village was almost owned by Ghanaian and Nigerians. That they were killing chicken, fowl everywhere outside. I was like, what? So we are fully represented. We are blessed. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to thank you. Thank the platform for having us. By the grace of God, in 2 weeks, tune in. We're going to be breaking down the permanent policies. For next time we meet, I will go into in-depth, in details, one of the permanent policies. And we take it from there. And also, after this series of life insurance, we're going to go into annuities. Because another tools that our people are not using, making good use of, is also annuities, including myself, because we did not know how it work. We have no idea. And so we will be teaching on that as well once we are done with life insurance, and then we will move into an annuities. What annuities? What can you use it for? What age? Who qualified to go into that? And how you can also use that to plan for your retirement. And if you need to roll your 401ks, that is the place, the tools, annuity gives you the tools to create your own pension, not the kind of pension that you ordinarily thought you have with your jobs or with your government. Your own pension, whereby you can structure and decide this is enough for me for retirement. And so we are glad, myself and Ruth, we are glad to come to this platform to give you guys the information, the knowledge, the educations that everyone needs to chart the course towards future. So thank you for having us, sir.
Thank you very much. And we see you all next 2 weeks. Okay. Ruth, bye. We'll see you again.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Good to see you guys again. Bye now.
Thank you. All right. We are back to our normal program. If you want to stay and listen to some of this, yeah, the big guy is here. I haven't seen him. Osama bin Laden is here. You see him, Osama bin Laden. James, Nadia, I mean, starting with something different. And they can hear us from the radio. I think there's a bad connection between our software and the radio. But anyway, we will post. It's going to be on YouTube. So, who person will call YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, and all that. Let me see this chart here. Okay. Tom Jr. said he's watching us from Abokubi. Abokubi, watch it. What could you do? Tom, you. Anyway, Mami, Winko, a union in the Casassia. She say, Ujam, maybe about before, because now we are hearing too many things about Abesim, whatever went on. The problem now is becoming said. There are some people who are telling us that there are some big shots. So, the guy in the property the number of cars this guy has, and then a buildings are OCA. What the chief said, it means is that the chief knows exactly what was going on, because guy yes surveyor and he was close to this. So whatever the chief said about this guy being unstable, the chief was lying, completely a liar. So we don't have to take his word for it, because who feels that a year. This is not the time to cry. You should have come out to say something about it, because who a doctor who could be and wait me and say this guy is sick. Now, over a couple of months ago, normally go about things. You don't have any education there on mental issues. What he was saying, he was trying to draw our attention away from the actual crime. Now, why? Because some Kofubi Castle, I heard this guy, this guy, to say, sexy don case, with the Okukun, up to now, they were hanging in there. All of a sudden, would be free. Now, acquire foolish case. But don't get what is going on in the country, Ghana, especially that particular place now. Couple of years ago, because I was just listening to one guy, couple of years ago, so if you guys remember, I was in 1985. If you guys remember that now. That same town, Emma Oheneno, Rollins near Ezekiel. Ya bonito on Encrofuna won't cook boy Nina. They were executed. That same particular area, and this thing has been going on. But we're saying at the end of the day, if with the young corner, young step by step. If I a guy in my bottom, or bottom, and Okunipa. This guy is able to package this Nipa Namno, Ashiche, Eddie, when him the other co baby and a cotisha, we saw the 9 Ebrewa, ya packaging with leg, head or the ye, we were packaging Bibia. And according to people, there was a brand new refrigerator brand new. Ɛho nneɛma nyinaa no ɛkeka ho ɛwɔ ne dan mu hɔ. So who helped this guy no to take this refrigerator out of the car and put it in his house? And who the refrigerator no free hɔ ɛde kɔ? Obi a wabɔ dam deɛ, how can he have this kind of mind to say, okay, there's a new refrigerator, I have to pack these things in because somebody is going to come and pick it up? So this is something that they have to really, really, really look into it. Maybe I may face or movie. Make cassette because I did by 1 week. Now one by because he's trying to draw attention away from this guy. No, oh, say yeah, about them. I said, Bibia now where no say backfire. Not some more kind of backfire. But you know, they say so call any lawyer, uncle lawyer, Papa, because what is going to happen to him, no, and a very tough amount. The DJM, if you have something to tell us about what is going on now, we have three things now we have to talk about today. Abesim, the journalists now in Kunu or enough, no? And then the insecurity of our country. These are the three things now we want to talk about today. If you have something about the journalists, if you have something about the town, Abesim, and then what is going on in the country now, the floor is for you.
All right, me that say, and I remember we be about Vital GH Radio. So, Mediani JM, James Marco na my shortness, and wow, James Marco na my JM. And say last week me ka Saturday with myself. And him say me bought some issue back with me no be so say anka. Ebia ye tie for be kaya anka ben say dia me kaya no na say happen about this issue. The last time ni bossam bi so say anytime ni pa kumbesi wa Ghana no. Eya ye di adwin kosi wana omuda so kraye nananu mamamre mu a yen adwin no ye to mu di say omusum busum. Anytime bia ni pa kumbe koso bia no ye focus ni na akodi ho say wana omuda so kraye nananu mamamre mu a ye adwin mu no ye se omusum busum no ye di adwin koso omusu se omo na omo ma nkrofo ku nipa na ye yi adwin free. One said you omako borrow different thing from mindful froso. No practice but na ye nim ko hu say enu destroy o mind no. Me say no hu nsusaso ni. Ntama ananimi bosso say do we really ask ourselves say ye leaders are sebio omuye business taku. Ye leaders are sebio omadwini say the ombe ye bia etumi awini omu whatever position on person munya no ye bisa ye hu say eya omu ye den ansa no matumi wini position na we bisa those questions last week because ejuma na me ye no me tin sem etoda mrebi utin sem ni bi na wo bisa ye mpanifo na sebio omu kom nche no be catch say because Jumana omuye no. They believe in us and tina edi mountain. The one G di ne yen de enfio. Ye won crofobia system a mi meka ne de bia say omo ye nyama hodo bia enye part of before ya mamre ni ya manie ni yesuma ye kase na ye nananum kratiti na ye frɛ no enne ye ya dwumo ye frɛ no busum no ebinum kuta nyama bia omo ye a enye part of sa nyama no. Nemo mukosu afri baby na mu botai ne nyina ne se ombeku nipa de sacrifice ombeku nipa e de anya sika ombeku nipa e de anya di brahu dom person nya no omu de anya intipedia ohini kan no the first thing omutumi ye ne se omuchi sa ohini no because me sure passes say o mind be so first thing na was omu ye se omuchi hini no so omuchi ohini ni wie a obi biara obema comment fa de no ho a sebio ento asom no owo mu chi sa nipa no mu bisa mu nyina asem because so far as na nipa no ni nyama oye ni sebio adwuma na oye no obetumi anya that kind of ebia sika anase ebia nya ebia yes adwuma na na enu ne asema wo say bisa because minim say musi US empo ko rent dan kra na o say hwe say adwuma be na oye na o paycheck den amu friend no o so munya be 3 or 4 ansa na ya jai dan mampo means say they want to make sure say juma be na we ya yetua o ka o ba betina yefie na wonkofa asem mbreye ba bisa say Ghana height side de ehia ne so kita scan pufu oba o dan no de be mountain edu baby no nkran ha baby no say wo ye Ghana ne ko ya Ghana ni mfa ma adentia Nigeria ne kita ska pufu no de ama nti sankrofo ne juma be no mo ye nti ohini ne so ka say guy na bodam dia then ohini ne nim hu bi so see guy no ena mo hwehwe na adwuma the way say obi beku nipa wie na yakohu nipa oni fridge mu na wa be ka kire ye citizen ne say wa border mana and adentina mo aja border ni wo krom ha ma ne say ade wie afi na mo be ka kire say wa border I don't get it. So me they are meant to me akama tiefo ni na cha say Ghana issue here yen jai ya dwin fan ko bebia na nka issue ni na yen tenase na analyze issue ni say ade we pa banisen obi betumi abone tum po akuni nua atwitwa no say e dia ko she fridge mo ade na betumi aha nipa no point pa na betumi asima no yenya those analysis ni wia ansa na ya babonti abeka say ye bekasa ba say enim na de bia issue say so sa for yi no omudwuma omuye ni ntisa na betumi ya edia na ye very big mistake obekum no anano emi say Kelly kai obekum na ye pani bi mami Canada kwa kai na ye mpanifo bi na aka guy we hu a ye business a omuye okrom ho a omudi nya omusika so end of the day ebi obekum boy no kra wanya fia bi so if issue no ba no penini nim say be born there totally ni say obe defend aka so we were border ye di nebeko hospital say hospital honya Ghana ni na wo ho okodu ho ye be kokotua sika ma doctor ni say for result ba bonti say na adwum na ka nti na odi yesa asen bisa wo say bisa end ni say why e na obe bodam e na obe ku nipa dia ko share ni fridge mo ni dem so mu mai sa nsem bisa na omu yi ano a then on betumi aka chere say obodam to mu ko fita na adwum mi kakra metumi awaka fa hono no.
Right. The number 2 question about somebody if there are any information there about that one as well.
So far issue ni see no onim say Ghana ha issue see ye delay say ye be yan hwehwem so far asem we see that Monday ana issue ni see ye some Monday no tama issue ni see ye ni nyina na mitika ma Kumasi and me to kwakot na Kumasi for 4 days mi kwanajo mi banajo Mr. Kwame Saka so nam Kumasi kwan so anajo ana those enye Kumasi nkwa asa de ni se that's Tamale ho baby Kintampo ho baby so nam this year kwan so anajo a obehu se Ghana yenye safe because sometimes obeko do some bush bi no kan no nam bush be 30 minutes to 1 hour so share a kind of sebio energy na e what that moment na obehu se Ghana yenye safe and yen nyina no yenti asese Ghana yenye save because one a omuwa both heart one a omuwa kukudro any one a omudi omani show makume mu say no matter what it is no ombehwa magana di ye no ye ma omu nkasa biom whether police new whether soldier new whether immigration you bubo security for ni bubo mudi nkofo na omudi omani show makume mu no kresem ni say yaka wo nyina share because ye man kwan e mane kasa nipa be hu say ya ban ni nye ti yaka o ma share ena sebi ye nkora ya na djuma eni o man mu nti o ma share ebraboni eni ndroboni num no omu ena sese ya sisa dia kogu police service no nti say yesumo omu kura se mu nko ekobo ban ya ye omu koya ne se ndroboni no benum the whole night sometimes eyana ye movie and person said you go for videos about bonti now destroy the life and na hear them. But when penny for no more that's what they want. Until I movie movie cry. There's no need so the video ni beba bonti. Yes, sumo for night patrol. Ndro broni na omu ko share baby no sa efunu manoma ba because enu na ejuma omu ye. And now see what your full soldiers mouth and oko tamu muba the security service. And the people now omu dio mine who dio mine chuma kuma punusu and omu dio makuma nyina di wura service no so be defend o man ya to gunti journalists no the truth they say that moment na omu nam edi bakra and sana issue ni see no is very unfortunate say we share all the social media platform na some trend there all the comment icon say I'm fa dimpa ambregana because international journalists and I say we are seeing nyina century a yemfa so bia ni dan so say onu na ejina ye name wo Ghana and the whole issue say yes okotwa documentary ewo Tamalia or Sanicha only the colleagues no moba and an incident happen here and very unfortunate omudi ni bedu we no free two things say in fact me share story ne kai story na me say ebetumi abam so obi na say monkoye sa de we na aban share international na bad enye bibia na ide be share politics but was say ti say both aban na oni akonya no so eni de o akonya no so ni na omunju oman no ho sa de we minti say bi say da minti e bi sada ba matida say from 3 armed robbers then they yabe keep you more Ghana harder but say international journalists and I say we are seeing in a century obejina manemu Ghana na yetumi crossing no na yetumi atuto na there's no safe in that moment no way who are very unfortunate Mr. Kwame Saka I don't think say and say your comment was idea who as a Ghanaian but nemo there was saying say ye penny phone was say bomb kokko say everybody say no omon kan ho say e be o mind be de ombeku omo de no ombeka say nyehwe nipa betumi ewu but o mind be de ne de ombeye no they will tell Ghanaian say ye penny e ma mu nsi e kurumbio because mu ye wudi for nti ye penny for no mo amowo diaspora no na mu wafa no mo ni mo papa no mo ni mo nuan mo na ti akonya no so no mo nkasa ne nko mo ti no madwum say de bia mo fa plane eba Europe ho no mo no ade pa na mo ko ho no omo be ye kakra wo ho na ntumi mboa na ntumi mboa enye sa pa dia very unfortunate guy no we free and onim dada you see police for mo da so ye nhwehwe mo ye be free mo ba bia no ye so ye de be ma VitalGH for say bia so mu yen hwehwem ne de ne buy but yen kai ho sen kwasiaga because the system have destroyed there's nothing moving
okay. I have a question for you. The question that I have for you is was he killed by the Fulanis and they were just armed robbers?
Well on say asem si say wonni sa ho ne that moment ne dia the obeka ne say armed robbers
okay
but what the American say because the open in the security system na nipa otutuo edi kunu nuane ba no sa di ne na edi man say oye wudi for and no demand say armed robbers for ne de keka ho no hanti that moment na ye be cross o de e bia on tell police for be ba bonti so oh na nkrofo ya omu tutuo ku nipa ye kra no mu nya nkrofo a den na bia omu ko wi amanfo but ye nim say omu ye nipa ko say enyama say no omu ye de na ebetumi refer but so far as that moment no ye kuku nipa no sa bre no de e be ka ne say omu ye armed robbers so far sa na ebetumi aka ba bia ebetumi agbam so say documentary na okọ try no because anytime you be kokọ documentary bia no what da obi adeja edi ye nyina ye nti asesa say anytime bia obi be call mind bi so say me koye documentary ana kro bi so ana kra bia say ukoye documentary kai na who say wo na okọ video no wo life is danger because uko da nipa secret ni na deja ni ti bia wo mo ho no edi nti ebetumi abem say documentary okọ try no the people have saw it say or decide we kwa bontia ebia be say kroni din anase emma omudi hunti nti mo man crofo enkonko say in life bibi sa betumi aba but Mami Canada no question say Ghana you say two coin anajo or ye coin so everywhere is not safe because ananu if recommend see base no though me away but na me yam shishimi because my son beside me say if BBC krana me nkwade na metumi aye you can say whatever you wanted to say but the people inside the car how many people can you save? That's question me beside kan kai be do here and you save Tama these days cars and share and to Canada because enye
Ghana money too kwanana and I do not know nam. Was it in the night?
Nidia no so far on say Ghana issue ba na delay say there are some 49 wo mu beba nti so we can say wia najo but me in all means want to man ka say whether wia na sa najo but that very Monday no say me can me to coin that Monday no wia ni nyina na there is no news about bontis about news ni about bontis Tuesday morning means I didn't see a Monday evening to the night, you know.
But now I thought they were 3 or 4 now were they not in a group?
Yes, even Nicole Gisa or Nicole Ga omunam emse omuye nipa tupe and no muti on say me fancy central font no omu kitaka ebia me fancy machine bibia omu ntine so omu kita Toyota Hayes car normally central for 32 point call engine no enu mu no mo nti so far nipa tupe di na eba bonti onu any Nicole Ga omunam that's Umaru Abdullahi Akim emse omutu no pe na number Akim ne de omunya mfa mba se weda bibia ye no anase bibi nye no ye but we are international no say Abdul no ye kra na ye nya mfa mba so far as omuso munye hwehwem no the international one no na ebiom me hu hia ne nkrofo no eno nti na say no news spread here about the two people and am boy this some more kan nti ebetumi abam say ebia Umaru no and a chika no and a guy anything in check before the incident no it happened here.
Yeah, me person be say question kakra sugar baby ni.
Oh, okay, Auntie B.
Okay.
Boy na okun nipa no. How things are going, make me say in the first place, fridge ni say as a police for an microphone detect baby okoto sa fridge no. Through fridge, no be who says you behind it, and I want about to toss peppers if you are no. Well, Obidi Bebom said, yes, can he win a top fridge in the man, no, and also for until through that investigations, no, a baby who where things are coming from. And then the person so yes, as a forecast about no.
Mommy, a woman saw, but they are not mimicking say, send me them have your fridge you have. And I bought the fridge almost 6 or 7 years ago. Maybe I could be me too with the fridge in a cohort. But over me them I have my secret altar a walk. Whatever thing that I'm doing there, nobody knows. But semi pay edi kwa bontia. A your minor said yes me activity me your bontino omu monitor. Ebia omu to me kasi chinchina debia umbeba me them. But me sure say on minor motis no day by day activities amu your bontino or minor monitor until BBC or from kikri or mining in baby aden yeden everybody.
I don't make sure say and penny for now yes one day cars big cars about the honor. There's penny for the big cars about in and out to visit him. The me sure say microphone no one about for spare parts no.
Yeah, and tina me ka say mommy this guy obeko mumpa sumpo bi and omdiman money deal. But we have people behind him omudi and say a higher kura and kura there okacha ka say hey branami suma mommy obeba sese and that the movie say me catch him say in Ghana here 9 years akora ni 8 years akora your house boy samusi mum believe ya metumi anya hwada je na makocho hu documentary abremu say 8 years 9 years 10 years 13 years akora your house boy
no easily
people be say inti brafie be people de ma mi na mi mausika wa beye baako wa mani sika nani aso wa beye mienu o masika nani aso the third one no oni ma jo eternity oh, Debia me call the Hoko Juma or Mamiska. So he or she will go. Sana then you say, but there was a kind who said, this guy with the face I mean who
There's big people behind it.
He can never do that thing on his own self. If there was and now okoye bibinti na okoku nipa enye ba ko enye mienu enye miensa. Oh, aden even omom kaso mu di nipa jiskado no. How many times na sacrifice nipa a year? Eno no nkwa within we no na akọ nipa miensa ti on the fridge mo na ba ko da ho fresh onya mpai no. Miss said there's people behind him. Until the
more than necessary.
Say, hey, who kwa na ya osuma. We kura hu nya semu bebisa no. Cars na e wo fie ho no. Cars na taba ho no. Go to those people's house. Eya mo be ye the guy no ho. That's microphone nyina mo chi o mo as a suspect.
This is what I'm talking about.
Enu nanti kanoti o jam. Enu nanti bi ka say if fridge no kura na sini dem wo no.
Ubashali let's can even a tomato.
But oh ayaha ye betumi atresi ahu baby a first ye koto no okoto no sika ben no yi ye hwe na accounts mu. These are all part of investigations, you know. Only yetimi enya you know nanti can say eno so kura betimi aboa am ye hu say enyo no na eto ye ho na eto ma no ono so ye betimi a kire so ti ase
you need that system no.
Okay.
Let us say that we are not safe. Then how we going to come home?
We don't have that system. That system we don't have.
But me kakra motimenga.
Yes.
Okay. Sa investigations are on be as simple as that, but me feel say as simple as ABC. So one person 1 year.
Yeah.
Neighborhood hold on boy anything. Cars go in and out in no. Yeah, me and there was something I na me pass we ya. Let me take car numbers. It was not car numbers na me fe. It car be banner say AF 2010 etomitrim. Me 2810 e be a Morris minor. It is enkwara na wo ho no. We opa won mi san kwara na car numbers a e ba ho nyina as enkwara na be hu. Yeah, car numbers. Cars a baho because the enkwara it is be a who car be na say because one time the papa be dey. That was my first time in who Mustang. Ford Mustang. Car no ye me fet to say today who be some color of the car no make me achro. From that time no, meeting achro car no, meeting achro on a number plate. Uni papa na car near the minimum no. Because not the car ne bam papa open. It did not Jumno a bar would say yes, a Jumno was coming from the car. It will banner be seat or the car is now or status or board Jumana. I said, me who be that. Maybe as me who can be a Sada. Just say, a young effect. It me and my member he saw a car, no, then they said the Mustang tear. That was the first thing I may only come say, with a mini power. First car, make a Mustang. Ford Mustang.
There are so many ways I won't bet me there, but the point in say, won't follow through the SS on here. Only found answers to cancel now on in yai. That is
with the point in your say. The air cost in your and Grofo are the police going to follow up with all this now because information in there. So what can say information now once I can. And I can say. Obi be so the upper YouTuber ya ko he papa ne kan say also oye otikromo ba onim say number 1 oka ohene na asem o say ohene can never stand up in there na ka kire yen say onim boy na adwuma na oye and he said it or say ohene no onim pefe adwuma boy na ye
ohene no kra si e kire no
for say ohene no oka say ohene no oni boy na ye adwuma. I didn't know because one I quantity of rare. Now I said in my life. I didn't know. If you didn't know more, you have a connect us about them. The partner was trying to skip the blade.
So cover no.
The boy,
cover up.
Yeah, now that I have the boy about them.
No, or psychiatrist and or here no, or degree, or whatever.
Okay. Kelly, It's open to you now.
Yeah, we shall for Bichobia.
Yeah, Joe.
Oh, they be every time we because the buck stops with the leader. There's no two ways about it. So, and as I they obey before complain, I the attitude, and it's our belief, and a hero worship. It's ama your system, no. I say there's no accountability, and last week, every single week something else will happen. Which is worse than what happened the previous week. And you better kasa about the branches, but we will not look at the root problem. The root problem is say more money or more addition citizens no. Ya tone we refuse to act. We refuse to be who we are supposed to be, which is active. It ebe koso sa. Yeah, they didn't know MPP, NDC. Tribalism, religion. Guess what? There's absolutely nowhere. You all know. And the people in that town, they know.
Of course.
That guy is protected.
Yeah, because my dear, could I be say, "Wow, I saw the Mercedes Benz because you will be able to see the Mercedes Benz about."
Exactly.
I did everything possible. Because t-shirts, watch a cramming bobby. But you show you himself.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Because you all know.
Everybody
knows.
Because I'm wired to fool.
The country at the end of the politics. The solution lies there. That constitution here almost sana politics. Fix what? Fix yourself, fix your attitude, no more canon. The solution lies with us having a third unit. They call dinner B recently. And I'm a lady bit on the Ekasa. And she says that we need a third force in Ghana. So our third force, no, any young citizens, no, especially your diaspora, they be American. And personally, no, now I am tired of just talking about the issues. We should now start talking about the solutions. So we should start talking about the solutions because we have the means. And the Americans say the leaders, no, it's a very small number of them. It's a very small number of them. And almost so citizens in the rough. They said they're Trini Jonas say, you know, almost so it's fix what? They have to fix the country. That's the fix the country. It will come from us, the citizens. No,
we have to change too.
So, one money you leaders no money you and yet a friend say poor people money you money you Sikano mu government officials and politicians in area no. Any are so for new area no. Why mu no omo benefit? And you mu amujina was say. When your case was gonna say
oh, that one definitely yes. It's true.
Papa got that hospital. Papa is so genius. Got that hospital. Get the serving hospital. Military. It was one of the best hospitals in Ghana. With the Moko 37, I'm going to they were hot. Extreme machine credit.
No for the crack command uncle.
Oxygen. Oxygen. Well, it is me. I'm not going to dwell on the guy. No. My thing is, what is the solution? The solution is fix the country. Munjina muso call leaders so. So fu bejina we need no cancel for sika brain was the title that meant ya.
And then also for be bejina ho say COVID and for COVID sika beto bone apart from your title and your correction. How crazy how? I see COVID and for COVID now meanwhile tight correction there is already there. Look at the mentality.
Maybe they say, I have a lot of trust in the power of 20%. What the ever say, as software more in churches here more GGG collections the tighty. But the more 20% the poor. Now more the establish a Juma corner the poor people in that church, you know. A year crop at any basic. Won't your taxes?
Only the basic praise in the police station.
So, the moon is at 20%, you know. Much of that Juju is all born out of destitution. It's all born out of your friends saying desperation. A lot of the people are desperate. Who baby on the fact. If you be a cash or who you have me, the control many cape no more call. A come honey, you know. How often do we hear about those things? You don't hear about it because open so near car, a Juma or how between acquire Benisca. What the time can occur?
Na Chroma Hakra, one who saw for Joe Austin, who I made the TV to say. I could say because to Genoa a boo, and the minute boom near the Akosha a baby I be muda. There be Ghana and so to me by no way, no, oh Kelly. Said I wish and Fatano or baby, what could your baby get in a person to ball? Well, Tambia no consider point away.
Or start time semester, why? The book your bosom me and I may almost chairman today. The citizens have to come to and say, you are the ones suffering, especially the young people. Metiana me call online, I'm afraid the state of affairs now. And I'm a kuma, you better catch up. I'm a kuma hammer because it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Me pa chome ti ma ka fe bi. Minim say ebia be ba chere because my yera kakra. Yaku international person bi o Ghana na. And the first question. And the first question. And the second one no, I said Ghana dey, you know. Fix the country, you know. Honestly speaking, when you are on the ground, that is different from when you are here.
Yes.
And when you are on the ground, sir, honestly speaking, the citizens themselves, no, they are not ready. Because Fred, a bit of the company between so many auntie. They so no good to know. So I bought who way know. If you fall back giddy and a dust and a whole lot of things, it me catch the leader no by and say. I'm with Max when one now. I'm talking I'm workers come. Almost the money be biaho. And I'm saying the company no idea. I want to call the company now as you we go sign in now. Oba ko kan kan some matter. But the sign account we and what I say, now after do now I say me cry me section. Wow, so several people.
Yeah, they are part of it. Wrong affect the country, we are all part of it.
I can answer to that. I know me a very almost ye bibia man official sir. The meet me account want to say the people are desperate. So almost on your say Jumana, guess what's going to happen? That very moment, there are thousands of people who are waiting to take that job.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But take the precaution.
Canada. The extent of desperation, you see the call February 1. And you are saying that so the extent of desperation in China, government and talk it all. And you talk it on the extent of desperation. See a can't income salary extra. A bear one. Obi's salary is less than $100.
$100
is less than $100. Now, we share a Jumana all year. I yet says Kana a bear one. So it's a just a beer only they know, and some of them have tried. Now, minimum beer. Yeah, they says a socks factory eba Ghana. Sikana na a was a Kobutia in Kofona. The American company had demarcated so Mutia a mancofono. They were paying less than 10% of that.
Cheap labor.
Nobody tries to Becano, only the Mocacheno. Only tries to obey rally workers. Workers say a patrol. Yes, statistics ye be pe we kitwa we kwabe boy. And it's true.
That's what you're doing.
Sadly way, Abesim Rwanda. And see because leader no war one or a Pan-Africanist. Why not you say enya dia enya dia abrofo member ye krum or maybe take advantage of us. And it's all based on merit. Is that what we have in Ghana? Yen you see a audience of democracy. You see Rwanda a dictatorship. But the cost war. It is citizens, no. So fix the country at the way. It was some with them Jim. I know thousands of you are listening to me. Jim.
Yeah, it should come from them.
Because the leadership, this is a attitude, there's no two ways about it.
There is one incident to be a sea or Ghana, Nami or Ghana. Now, who tears for now? Ububefu. Now, who say Ghana for Ankasemo? I don't know, say we don't love the country or there is something else that we don't. Say I'm saying JM Ubu Asuma making so me can't sorry not sure. I don't know, say since the Chinese you know say Lebanese ni. Na say girl be a Jumamanu and please. I'm say oh yeah Mr. Otumeku Google and na
yeah. Says you were running spark.
Yeah.
It and Crawford started someone demonstrating against him. With him say the workers they were supporting the I don't know say Chinese in here.
Why China?
Now the way and Crawford bro on Ghana, I don't think that they were going to go back there again. Because when him or don't know feel say Jumana or Nejuma Bono. With the support Chinese, you know. So this is how I mean system in you.
No, Mr. Kwamisaka, the TN say, and yes, say it's not like Yena or Hayampe or Mina ye woman and say ways out. Dear Kelly Kano, a son here. Me, my year construction Juma for over 3 to 4 years. I remember there's one day the whole manhole, Mika, manhole, Kesia 10 feet. Na abubugum minkwa mi yimango no block no from down to top. Na for man yemshino. No. But bisa say etua me said that time 40 cedi. For Juma na me the whole day. And the different day require make catch for man say Juma osama me ne the one tomorrow. Me nye obi fufro from me chebe catch for man he say me woman with 30 cedi kra me ye. Because a pin ni ho nti wona wanya bia end of the day obenya 40 se the did no usa catch the Juma ona ne so ntuma obi be fa ocha be ka se me de o ma me 30 kura meji na Juma na free wonsa nti system na koye se bio me ko ka ye be yi me di na kakra end of the month no Mr. Kwamisaka wo de opa ma obi nya research ma wo KFC sebio omudoso mi so se mebo mudi KFC ne hu this papa yen de keka hu se workers no ma wie SS no mu ye djuma wo ho a omu ye omu save video ane no ye ti omu se month jo what this guy 400 Ghana cedis a month so we see a many workers ni be bedding komo na ma play already we so mamati jo what this ka wo ka se we de wo gpay acquire 500 Ghana cedis inti bisa se hwe nipa dodo ewura ho de ekoto ade sika be na djuma ona ne nya eno ntumi ntua sika ma citizen no enfili okay ni senti no so obi fa ekire ba se chale ma ye bo points wo ye benya sika kakra wo because pay na wo di man no very weak and all the time na mi bomu diaspora no mi bomu mudodo na so boss you are there in USA, UK, Canada. Even Joe Biden said they are on $15 per hour. Who calculated matter over 100 and something million. But the same person back and be Juma no catch the citizens say bet you 300 a month. Bisa say nipa no baby offer card free banana me compare Juma mobi. Nipa no say obema ni 350. and baby anipa never fa kaba no the lorry for enquire 400 cedi a month.
Any or deficit.
End of the day, what dika, what kiosk ma, obeton show, obesi nyama, obeyewe, inti se obi ba juma no beka se, ma yemfa de we nton, na yenya sika, officer or the beche wo juma ro nana. There be, but so juma e wo Ghana, edi ya, what happened, they said, the juma owner no, one, na niko juma no, two, pay na odima workers no, very good. Into when you come to Ghana, a juma like despite media, you see before beko hono na wo dan bi na wo car bi de na wanya ni sent omu kom hu ye dwuma no ti braga na behwe say radio station be na de bi edo award time omu gi award more than 5 despite media because the workers feel okay with what they are giving to them. End of the day o man ifia bi na o ka so onku ni huma wa obeka cho sa de machimi. That's the situation I want more mind mo ni sent investigation issue come paswa police ni onkoku ni hu enko shishe to kromo end of the day na enko man 1,000 Ghana cedi and I say 800 Ghana cedi onye.
So Jam question na me person bi say woni say enti tema ututu form ho no say bibi ebo uti a ana say yi a then what
ayo ka
okay the anti bi wo ho okay ififi ye babi a yi o ye adwuma ofiri abansoro so obodan so say na obehwe form wa sorry bi o ye paralyzed or the hospital one di we na me ko bi say say na nya bia no sa construction company no only insurance bia e betimi di
chese ebi ne ho
wa wukwa anti wuka fifi
ade
dem person can say system na wo ho the powers that be have created they be make question can say knowledge is power so they will be American and I don't care who looks down on me who thinks I'm too known who and then me call madam will be a friend saying the bad education was sorry and yes one can sorry can call I don't care who will say it okay knowledge is power you have to understand what is causing you to suffer for once in your life no lean towards knowledge so I believe nyama we no and then me believe it say me feel I have to support this person I have to support that thing. That is what is killing us black people. It is killing us black people. Africa is the only continent that can decide to not do trade with any other continent and be okay. Wow. But why is it that we are the place where the people are the poorest, the people are more destitute, the people are suffering? Just brother your bro that continent too much. And then I believe na way. Wow. Se bibi koso na nya yen kan no kre no se enye
sure you will say informal radio
so I say or your penny or your man of God that's not my anointed or your leader yen kasa penny nim no ni nyina enye no kre
ya maninka
and do you people say even insurance company Ghana how you do you don't have any insurance to protect you.
That is what I'm asking. See, they don't have any insurance for
me. Company
construction company. They don't have insurance.
Construction company the whole Ghana omoji dimpa. Mikoye juma hona madam for bine ye nkrofo ye for this scarf now mo for the odan ho asan o ma ye paint ni stars. Abrosa itosu miensa ye for this scarf no from down to top. And a guy in the free throw home na 90 minutes say ebe hangi or that no so down. Guy ni honey in our business company no even end of the day the whole week na ye sika omuso mutiama omu di maga ni be pime na.
Look at that. Am I just like that? No insurance.
They may kind of say one fix the country at the end, especially the youth in the country. We need violence. Force them. Sorry, Bisa pastor say, sa tight ni yetuano. A social impact project being and a yema omo density was sorry. We are sorry bia decided say you basically one cottage industry cry. Now they are employing for more sa no muni jumana then they be see.
Mr. Kelly, me try know.
Would also sumunyame, let us say. Heaven now ubetimi establish heaven okomu that book way it has all the solutions. It's in here. African the Troy. Yeah, Ubuntu. I am because you are. And this is at the core of my business. So it means some, especially your diaspora. No? We are more powerful than we think.
Mr. Kelly, but secretary demonstration feeds the country when they say the majority of the youth Sebi Yakati omuse Bobra Uwa Bobra Uwa Obeko heaven. The sign to feed the country now is not part of an agenda. And a leader now Sebio Obekache youth and say no, this is time for you to be wise and to get your own thing in this land before if you obewuno ekache and say asasisu japade omfa nko bebia hwan mu hwasem na mekai ya sofo for go to Facebook share some kanchakra church members dodo ya twa pictures di go ho or catch church members ni say woni hwe wasasisu a obefa na uwu a obekọ heaven ni saint no church member and she na adwemu ni saint on catch fees the country na yen fees fire white na o man no fees a obetina mo beba yesu owu na wakọ heaven o tina o man no ma den into omo na nka wasa ya ye ni kom so me nyanka fees that country na ye kan ye be ko so for first
yes sufi
and then obi from UK and no catch me say asema de bia mi ka o mi chana no so no asa ni apia wasofo bia no na mi si de asema no send me obi nim video ni this obo for video na obi nim akobọ mpai o ni papa yesie no endra no ni nda so say onim say all the time obebo ni di no obeye den obeji no so na chese bia mi ka say ye frɛ ye nana no wo mbeji so no na mi say what are you talking about? Ye sofo ben also wa Ghana how church members more than 100 on gunsa nipa ne bra bonti menka. But yakati church members ne sense agoye boni. Yakati church members ne so gunsa obeko hell. Yakati church members say even over more than 2 cars are wajisikadro anaso we abonsam dia. Ni saint no church member ne mbie enko street so koy demonstration because okoy demonstration or kwa sorry Sunday asofo bekas hey what Christo Hose koye feeds the country na obeye den owa obeko help ni sign to on pie me and na me catch us Ghana ye problem ke say ya sorry uka na bi no say
easy apart from sorry so the leaders in also your problem. If me, I don't like what they take situation say the political you and away and this no. That is the most year I hated in my life. We are all dealing with
I said my GM come about us sorry no.
Each radio.
One say one face say to the ready and Yakubu may be a ceiling.
No one yuma.
Yes, no.
Yes, Japadi bia na assassin to who na wako heaven into on pet share me see me
sorry no. Yeah, they show because who was assassin.
No, mommy, what the opera? They be and then I catch madam for be in the call sorry say one day I will get time. I'm sorry I'm a bomb chipaye 7th Adventist Church. So who sorry anymore? What they do, they say who ye church member as a SD and you call sorry Saturday. Who call ye Jumama Sunday near or because a Brajuma Saturday is evil. So be ye Jumama dia or call sorry Sunday. Ni senti SD na branch any SD ni abayo sorry them ho ye so ko Juma Saturday ye boninti.
Yeah.
Sunday ni man Juma say Brajuma Saturday on the sent to on ye Juma no. So the young ladies, young guys who are sorry they are suffering in terms of get food to eat because uncle ye Juma Sunday ni ma Sunday ni catch say Brajuma Saturday. That is one problem. And the second problem with the Africa politics. And no there ye nim say wo hodada. Say no no with the Inti ye leaders no mu ba European na dia omu ye omu say mu jiskawe na mu fan koma omu 10 cedi ombe koso adimochi so ye prefer Ghana ye ya this political sumo ye fogogo omu tu baby na ye wo say ye no ye nye enye sapari politics and sorry omu ye one ye politician eni ya sofo for no omu ye one enye sanka je nsima Nana do enko Fred Donka William ni Crawford be
No, I don't like
de.
that.
Omo bonfire.
Duncan Williams, who Sika at the university. Nipa Nipa to be cry a year for. Do you give
na sorry? Prison near the coin.
Now universities.
Yes, abra prison si can bet me be a company be 2-3. Mo dey akọ be prison. Say nya wudi na mo person mo di mo citizen ni wa. Say so mo koye bibia monya bibi e dey akọ keep moto a. Why did you build prison? Abra, you have a lot of church members how mo bre.
No, and
prison number plates. One year
Juma.
Prison
Rehab.
Oh, please.
Drugs. Nanaya
poso kasa. Nanaya. Yanko.
So I kakra mekan say Ghana in fact there's a problem also and a problem more from the reason I make us say country any idea. The Ghana no your culture no any African culture no say that why until recently uniba esroa bibia either your mother or your father or your uncle and they provide them out. With that dependency we know sometimes it's difficult for us to think outside the box. It's here this and if you feel any corporate meeting a quite cry and a big cry cry to make people up crown ye train I'm buying and I will be other year. That means it's as Yankasaka by nature corrupt, you know. We find it difficult to correct somebody to do the right thing, who's corrupt to do the right thing. And you know, free the country because or corrupt.
Or corrupt.
It's a law. A law I say he who equity must come with a clean hands. One can say clean hands. So it's difficult for you to blame somebody or to force somebody to do the right thing. So these are some of the challenges. Well, who driving a Puma? Just look at how they drive.
You didn't wrestle.
And these are some of the things. They free the cost of them. That's what they need to see. Oh, need a
change.
So that is how the whole thing is. What concepts, custom, you can just look at what is going on.
Yeah, how they worse?
There are no favorable laws for any person to be able to do something. Laws not good, but the government should be able to do laws and policies so that citizens know how I wide range. You bet me,
the law emanates from the Constitution. Yes.
You can do bylaws and
the law emanates from the Constitution. So if the Constitution is not solid, is not good, guess what? The law will not be good. It's simple. Wow. The law says that the foundation stone or the cornerstone of any country's law is the Constitution. Over United States, or Canada, or UK, or your Constitution is a 2x4.
2x4.
They have to do
the primary objective of fix the country. Programs no more. That's what they're talking about. The Constitution, no. Sideways. Rwanda. What is making Rwanda great is their Constitution.
They did the bylaws and they changing your money. I was following them. We follow up for a little while.
As far as fixing the attitude, no. The attitude will be fixed if the country is fixed. Okay? There are foreigners who have factories there. There are Turkish factories, there are Chinese factories. Their attitude
they behave differently.
They behave differently. Why? Because the leadership behaves differently. So it's I hear all those who are saying say people should fix their attitude. Time now, I grew up in Burma camp. Time now, Rollins War now you're fully in control, and they ain't called democracy. No. There was discipline in Ghana.
That one is true.
There was discipline. So if there was discipline now, why was there discipline? Uko Rwanda, the same thing. Magufuli, Tanzania. Uko Tanzania, there's a certain attitude there. Why was that? Leadership. Why was the leadership the way it was? Because the leaders were in love with their countries. They were not there to make money for themselves and their families. Only. But they had the good of their country at heart. Yet me Casa Ghana. Yet me Casa Nigeria. Yet me Casa Cameroon. And it's because the people who are actually the owner of the country, so they are not acting up. They're not doing what they're supposed to do.
No, Anna, Kelly, I did about this. If you decide to do the right thing, guess what? Your own people surrounding you and around you begin to
Exactly.
No, bro.
Exactly.
It will happen. Yeah, it will be hard. Meanwhile, I refuse to give up. The reason I refuse to give up, they say, who give you up? It's only going to get worse. Okay? Maybe the NSA. You see, the problem with us Ghanaians and especially Africans, we are seeking acceptance from the next person. And I wait per myself, person we accept it, person we accept it, person we accept it. We seek popularity over truth. That's the problem with us. That's the main thing. And these so-called leaders, they know. Some men of God, everybody is doing everything possible to be in the pastor's good graces. I don't care. Guess what? After a while, you will find people who think like you. I know this. And that is where we have now because this speaks a counter.
Wow, it's office when I and the whole thing is because I'm going to say a true any assignment needs to be worked on.
Yes.
Because the thing is, it will be true. Because, for example, my master testimony before, my uncle happened to be one of the big organizations in Ghana. No, was or making street. I'm not for say or so
look at that.
Now they decided to plot against me, even to political levels. What I say until the president have to set me and say, no way, we need planting how to do the right thing. So and apart from let me name bad, but I'm reading from books now. Look at what happened to Kwame Nkrumah. And your brother will be too Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, because before you in free.
I'm asking for in power right now.
But what I'm trying to say is that Obipini and your Brody. So what I'm trying to say is so it is so we have to fix the top and fix the down. That's the problem right now because Kelly, we know how right. We need people around us. People around us to help us. People within a crown will try. Even they have some things in place, and there are people around him close. No, some people have decided that they won't bow. Others are also fighting against because you see Obama bribe so the same thing is happening everywhere. The issue is that as a human being, we have issues that we need to fix it from our mind. Then we take it out.
Now, fix the country. Me was some go. Me share ayi bi baby. Na man bi osip jama area hona on nkrofo tutu ne maguga tem as usual. Enti man decide si ono abesori na waye. Boys na wo area hona won so ka ho no. E na obeka kire won say won so mra no me M1 entity gata no ni whatever ni nyina aboa ma face the country as we are talking about. Unum the boys ne ka kire no. Esi your friend is saying face the country ni nya de on betiti gota mu ni bi. Face the country ni. Look at that, the mentality that they have.
So Madam will be I'm in the cool school. He's much younger than me though. I started with Corp Nation. When I call Facebook and be or Abesim Saga. You're okay. When you saw Omo and it's working.
Well, it's
working.
Yeah.
So and I make us say if Oka say Obe focus on those who will not support you. Onye bibia.
Of course.
Excuse me, make a be say one also be change as you change. As I say, as you change because you change ya. Me say my dream say me area me get to boys no. Me ko organize one no abstract ya pra 18 mo nyina.
Answer, Mama Canada, some kind of problem I you Ghana hand say on. Man, you all started a day way. Nka ebi all starting no ahondi ni nhyɛ da nye pii. Nti ebi at least ana ahondi no wɔ hɔ ɔwɔ cast ɔmo sisa ball and ka bia ya ɔmo di ball and be go no ebe issue. Because when you come to my area, Mama Canada, omo that's been ɔmo fie kra that's been need to me ye mama ball and no to me go from be 2 man na come be fire. Nti those things no open say yes and na citizens na atambola no mo dey akogun so because where
the issue uniform na for mu be mu obi see fix the nation
Emra na nya jwa because emra ho na ball ani no eni mo say na otwe we ye yi ball a uni anu de go na ye charge wa o pa meto
eyi trash container na e see outside a fee we call Ghana for almost a month. It was there till I left. Meanwhile, they are paying
only pension in Tuntum eti Ghana.
Your time no is
empower some youth in Ghana. They should go to radio and television and talk to the leaders.
Fix nation, fix the nation. No, na me person ke ye. JM, I know the me see. How do you come me person kopa ye?
They are doing it, but the problem is we are not. We are still divided. Maybe they say we are still divided. And when you are divided, you will not get the results that you seek. We are still divided. We should stand behind them. Right now, what we have, there's one thing that's flying right now, and open standing against them. But
because those groups are hold on, from diaspora and sponsor more. If it become more, it together. By all means, it together. And then one day, my age you say Abesim one day, it will take a little time.
Your time. Next week, yes, I to the case because obviously kind of have hello everybody. I watched Tochi last week. I really liked that film. I'm not sure what the Tochi film is. Anyway, you can send us the film again because I'm not sure what it is. We have so many movies on the Twitch. When you are watching it, you can send us some comments on it. All right. Thank you all for watching this program. Those people who weren't able to hear us on the radio, I think we had an issue on the radio side. We'll fix it because if you want to hear this program now, you can go to Facebook and YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and all that. Now you can hear us on that. Again. Thank you all for joining us. I think the program is very interesting. Only say when we had this, the ladies now, my program no catch a little bit shorter. But next week, we will continue with this, because they are very interesting with this topic and see how far we can go and help these people on the fix the country. Because if we also want to do something now, we also we have to also some way to also help them out with something. But, next week, we will find a common ground to how we are also going to be able to help these people, maybe through financial aid or whatever that we can give them. I think that it will be a little bit better. And this, I think that will allow Kelly to.
You will find that met me at the name Afani you to Amama. They will go to various places. To say your convenience, your way, common sense, your way. When you get the sponsor, the energy is there. They can go to the various places and talk. Until wake out, Hana. We are good to go. Any one day, but we will get there. Yamu be the name. So this is way before your bread. Debia Mimika said, way before your bread. Omukos Brafomo, we win the battle. He said, those old leaders now moon person with Tias, and you bet clear me free hall. Assam.
All right, Kelly, give us some final words and then we can close.
Well, to segue into what we coming now. So it falls right in line with what I have started. Black Star Revolution. It's a movement that we want to unite and emancipate Africa and African diaspora. Africa, will bring us together. And this unity, will empower us. And we will uplift each other through knowledge. They said, we will share knowledge. All the kind books I study a lot. All the informations that I get, the goal is for us to share, all for the improvement of Blacks and Africans everywhere. Africans, you're awesome, pal. There are millions of us in diaspora. You're awesome. Even in the diaspora, there are over, say, 100 million of us in the diaspora. There are so many of us. So yes, through knowledge, and then business. Maybe the NSA, me can say, I'll give you value for value. We'll create products and services. You see, I know, apparel. Machines in the apparel, and it's me high. To say a chair machine, atadia machine. But the mawa, otwa, you pay you 20%. That's 20%. You acquire social impact projects in Africa. My mom example, probably Yeezys. Onano is making billions of dollars. See, the more imagine say BSR makes $100 million a year. That's $20 million tax-free, interest-free. I had a social impact projects in Africa. So the platform is it's already here, especially those of us in diaspora. So please go on our website, buy a shirt, buy a hoodie, buy a hat. Eventually, we'll have soap, we'll have water, we'll have all those things. Just purchase it. Now you profits now 20%. You have the best funded projects. They said the GMA canon or Africa. Say a school, so say a hospital, so say a factory, so you may see. I have no doubt that it will come to pass. But it will come to pass when we in the diaspora become activated. Not division. You see, not everybody is fighting for themselves. Okay, and when two elephants fight, the grass suffers.
Okay, Mami Canada. Cynthia, Okana, Naso. I'm Cynthia, Okaso, and the Auntie B. With my encouragement me for the week.
As we are saying, my face action speaks more than words. Yeah, can't but the line I see put in actions also. And as we are going, GM said the GM making GM. Bompire and be America, I become Ghana and I did a platform so. Yes, that and one Akasa because my face has a sea Casapa because young Cassan take action, you chrono. And your papa, and as we are saying, we keep on, we have to keep on saying, talking, and take action. And my face no be a big deal.
Okay. Oh. Mami Canada, how do you?
Okay. Yeah, stressy. Debi aye kasa. Eno na anti so wakano. Esi ye putu niyama together. Na nyoni papa ye no wanya ni. Debi aye di anu waka how many years ni. Niyama ye so ye waha ye hu se enye. Ni ye ka hu asema baby ye ijina ni ijina no. Esesi ye nyina ma ye ni da ho na ye mwa na kro no nye yie na nye si na ye ti we ne no ano no na ye ja manaka ye bebre die but ena na ye hwehwe se esrofo no mpenifo ne wo soro ho no nsakra ye baba me ye sure se won so ye ba se no so no nsakra ye baba. That's all. That's
that's it. And Jim, see, M said we have to talk to Jim about a normal brain. Why am I chance? Would may discussing what your panels in your be discussing near the way forward. But so what Ghana maybe who a coin a fast way and so you beat me and normal we started before, but normal they didn't go well with some of the things now but the encourage say actually so immune, but we can fix it. Maybe so far as I'm here, I'm always here to help. Say a bit BB. Apart from whatever that we come somewhere, and yes, you can say you can, but say no, and so be here in 80 the numbers no so kwana if you sure so say I don't think say my home of quarantine and here so on say me home of yes, my can go so 80.
Yeah.
The best them say people now feedback all the time and that the better can be so soon a quiet the best for a see about the bomb.
Okay.
James who will be our can
Oh, me there in seconds no the American say more can in say mo become hobom. When you push the youth, they have some energy. Be omo die adwuma wa obeju ha wonti ase. Eno ntina one almost o madwepin ene omo business no koyie. Emfa ho ne dia mo beka che youth ne. Ye ombe yense mo be ma omo ni age. Ombe ye adwuma na ma na brodia. Ebia mo nkasa mo expect no so nti e ma obi ansro say Ghana say Ghana ti say Ghana so ban ti say nti ikoya de we be say no. One kasa je won de say me pese me ma nipa ne na niji a ye sure so betumi ayade a mepɛ ye ne sa ya na ye betumi asisa obi ani hɔ no ma obeye efiri sa America na yete no before ye na esi ye ti den na kyerɛ entumi nsi ye dia so this is the time for us say ye be ye dia na ye kɔtena obi dia so saafo no ye no na atumi aba abɛhye ye dia no mo ida obi bi ase
the munyas it is the same time next week maybe next week the day because we have to find some solutions. We have to fight. You better fighting one way or the other. We have to because here didn't try and normal say say may try. We are sending a text message be say Vice President any Alan Chamatin your friend is saying Vice President no akonya fight just say in go for prepare when in the next week you Rebecca won won't be too because say alternate party and because me I don't support NDC or MPP I don't see anything good about them.
Rebecca said they are all full.
Yes, one the same. Until the next week, I'm the way they main play any because we are already at 9:30. If you have a then next week, that was why. So good night, everybody.
Good night.